What's going on? It's your boy Cuban Mic. You listen to 102.9 Tape Deck, and tonight I got home team in the building.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, I've been trying to get this man on the station for at least over a year now.
That's a fact.
And every time I try to get him, I'm like, yo, man, I got you, but I got to go overseas, do the show. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I got
you. Last time I was in the Midwest.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, I got you, man, but I gotta finish up this album.
Yeah,
I got you, man, brother. But I gotta go to Pluto now, man. E.T. don't call me. I gotta go, gotta be in the ones and twos. So
I gotta get on this Artemis.
Gotta get that Mars bag.
Word.
But man, better late than ever.
We here, man.
This man got a dope resume. He lives a dope hip hop life. I realize now. I just finished listening to one of the podcasts, the two cats with the chain, the Gucci chain.
Oh yeah, Big Dookie.
Big Dookie. Yeah. You have a real dope life, brother.
Thanks, man.
Real dope life, but we're gonna get to that.
Thanks, man. We move around.
Man. There's a whole bunch of things I didn't know about you, and there's more we're gonna get to know right now, man. But with no further ado. We got non-7 in the building. We got hip-hop. We got DJ. We got Puerto Ricans in the building.
Salute.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got DJ Deadeye. What's going on, brother?
DJ Deadeye. Salute, my brother Cuban Mic.
How was the traffic?
Traffic wasn't bad, man.
Yeah.
It was. You catch that right in the tunnel, but other than that, it was good, man.
Yeah,
smooth.
no doubt.
The C's are in New York tonight, so
Yeah, man. One of the things I want to talk about. Before I give that introduction, one of the part of the introduction I want to give out, we always focus on the MC, but never on the DJ. And I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, there will be no MC without the DJ.
That's a fact.
I repeat, there will be no MC without the damn DJ.
Yes, indeed.
One more time for the people in the back. There will be no MC without the DJ, all right?
I mean, the DJ was first,
Exactly. We're going to let everybody know out here. And Latinos did our part in the damn game.
Yes, sir.
That's another conversation. But we've also put in work in the game on that.
Yes, indeed, man.
So overall, man, how you doing, brother? How's life treating you?
Everything's good, man. We're staying busy.
Yeah.
Trying to finish up a bunch of these projects and a bunch of these joints and just get the stuff out finally to the world. I've been working on this music for a while. Probably as long as my last album. Usually it takes me like 6 or 7 years to drop something.
Yeah.
Just to curate everything. But this one hasn't been that long. This one I dropped in 2022, and this new one will be out probably like summertime.
And this will be your third project?
This will be my third album. I have 4 official projects out, 3 albums and an EP.
Okay, all right. We're gonna talk about the latest one.
Yes, sir.
You know what's funny? Because I have an interesting story with you. Fun fact: he used to work on Newberry Comics.
Yes, sir.
And every time I used to see him there, it was always like 2 things. I got the hip hop nod, like what's going on, partner, and where's the rap section?
Yeah, always.
Always. And
or like tu habla español, or what I'm saying, something like that,
Yeah. So there's a funny story. You don't remember this story, but like one of the rare times I actually talked to you, this was like years ago. We're gonna go back to probably 2004, and I was looking for Alchemist's first album, and I went to your store and they didn't have it.
The Warfare one.
First Infantry.
Oh, First Infantry. Okay.
First Infantry. They had it, and I went to your store, and I'm like, yo, y'all ain't got the Alchemist album, and you gave this look like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, for whatever reason, your store didn't order it.
Nah, I think it just didn't come in on time, or maybe it was an indie label thing where it was delayed, something like that.
Yeah.
But I know because I was looking for it, too, so that's why I was probably mad, too.
Yeah, and we had like a good 5-10 minute conversation on how dope Alchemist was.
Yeah, for sure. Back then too.
Yes,
and
it was
funny.
Shout
out Al, man.
Shout out to Al, but it was funny because I remember this came out in 2004, and I was treating this album like it's the same equivalent of Kanye West's first album because they both came out the first year.
Yep.
And Kanye with his album drop, it did what it did, classic album. But I was treating it like it was the same thing, but that was my own hip hop nerd thing.
What was the joint on Al's first album?
Hold You Down, When in the Sky,
Hold You Down,
Prodigy and LG.
And then the one Hold You Down was ill, and then he had the one with I think Lloyd Banks.
Oh yes, I forgot that joint. Yeah,
was it Banks? I think it was Banks.
It was the one with Banks. It was one with Banks. Oh, speaking of it, get that out the way. Speaking of which,
that's hilarious.
But so that happened, and then you told me, you'll go to the other spot, Boom Moves. That was like your competitor back in the day. But
yeah.
I couldn't go there because I had beef with those guys back in the day. I used to work for them, and let's just say it didn't end well with me with those guys.
Oh, I feel you. I feel you. There's I know another person who had the same issues.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But enough about me, man. Back to you, man. I want to focus on the DJ element because it doesn't get talked about as much as it should be or whatever the case may be, because there's so many things in the game done change over the years. You know, you come from the era where you had to carry crates. Now we carry laptops.
For sure.
So
the main deal with that is that once the major corporations and labels saw that they can make money off hip hop, they were like, all right, cool. Well, you know, at first they started to push the DJ, but then it slowly progressed into the MC being the forefront. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the DJ to the back. You know what I mean? So, I think that was the beginning of it. And then after a while, you know, once the technology kicked in and kind of sort of like, you didn't really have to like pay dues and really like, you know, start from the bottom like how you used to have to.
Yeah.
That people just started not really like, I mean, I don't want to say disrespecting, but it was like the respect for the DJ was not as profound as it used to be, and it was more the MC that was getting all the props, you know what I mean? So I think that's the beginning of it, and then obviously the technology, you know, the ease of it or the mass production of it made it more easier for you to be able to do that, you know what I mean? So
yeah, but it's one of those things too. You got to take the good with the bad because it does have its perks.
Oh, totally. We was just talking about carrying crates, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was talking about. Yeah, I went from carrying 6 crates back in the day. Now all you need is like, you know, a laptop and a controller.
But that's, you know, that comes with, you know, it's a gift and a curse. It comes with the good and the bad, you know what I mean? So
yeah, man. So Deadeye, I gotta ask you this because I heard the podcast you did with the other brothers we just talked about.
Yep.
And all this time I thought you was born in Lawrence, but you were born in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And you end up in DR.
Yep.
Now, how the hell that happened? Because usually it's the other way around. Usually Dominicans end up going to the PR.
Well, my grandparents were lived in PR. You know what I mean? They lived in San Juan. And then my dad was born there. And then but my mom's Dominican.
Oh, okay.
You
So you're half and half.
Yeah. So
okay, all right.
But I was born in PR. You know what I mean?
All right. Now we're getting. All right, gotcha.
Yeah. So then Pop Dukes moved over there, met her. Then we moved to PR when they had me, and then we moved back to DR afterwards.
Oh, I bet. Gotcha. And then from there you came up to the law.
And then everybody else moved to DR for a little bit, and then we moved to the law. Yeah.
Got it. You know what I mean? So, being Latino, you know, we all come from Latino household. We grew up, you know, listen to salsa, merengue, bachata, rumba, timba, bomba.
Yep.
How the hell you got your hand?
Perico Ripiao. What's the one? What's the one the from like the 50s?
Bolero.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joint.
We grew up with all that, especially on Sundays when mom's clean.
Yeah.
So how the hell you got a hold of hip hop?
I mean, just being in America. And like when I was 6, my dad found a tape in a car because he was a mechanic. And I don't know how I got the tape. He either gave it to me or I just got it off him. And it had a few joints on there. It had Lottie Dottie. That was like the first song I like memorized.
Yeah.
You know. And I had Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde on there.
Damn, we were back.
I had Whistle by who else was on there? Oh, Leader of the Pack was on there. You know what I mean? Joints like that. You know, those were like the first joints that I had. And then after that it was like TV. You know what I mean? Like you see you're on TV Raps, things like that, and you start seeing videos. You know, on MTV. Period. You know, you see Run DMC. You see LL Cool J. You know what I mean? You start seeing NWA. You're like, whoa, this is crazy. And then it was probably like, even after that, it was like, you know, EPMD, you know, all that stuff was like real, like incredible to me at the time because I was mad young. You know? And then probably when I was like 12, when Wu-Tang came out, that's when like I was like, whoa, this is like something else. You know what I mean? And then that kind of like started the trajectory of how I ended up becoming who I am in hip hop. You know what I mean? And then probably like 97, I started DJing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So next year it'll be 30 years, which is crazy.
I want a hell of a career, brother.
Yes, sir.
Want a hell of a career. So with that being said, you know, we're from the hood, and everybody and their moms want to be a rapper.
Yeah.
So,
that wasn't my
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't my trajectory.
It's not an always thing that people want to go to DJing. So what led you to be the DJ? Because rapping, it got so full. So you went a little bit left with it.
Yeah, I never. I mean, you have to pick a few things. You can't really do everything. You could be dope at everything, but at some point you're gonna have a misstep. But for me, I wanted to play ball. I was mad good at ball between like 12 and like 16. I was like really, really good. And then I didn't make a couple of the teams in high school because I never played organized ball. I was just playing street ball.
Yeah.
And then after I didn't make a couple teams, I was like, well, I'm not doing this no more. And then I was like, what am I going to do? Like, what else am I good at? You know what I mean? Or what else do I care to be good at? And then I was like, all right, well, the next thing I do besides, trying to play ball is like turn on the radio or play music. So then I just started like, just diving into music more. And I got turntables when I was like 16. And I got them to sample to make beats.
Oh, so you got the 3-second sample ones from back in the day?
Nah. I had the real setup with the two tables and the mixer, but I bought them so I could sample records to make beats.
Okay, what brand were they?
They were Gemini.
Of course.
They were a Gemini pair. They were belt drive. They were the first belt drives that I had. Okay.
Was there any particular DJ you saw on TV or in the hood? They'd be like, you know what? I want to do this, because usually rappers, they see like, an MC, be like, I want to do what he does. So was there any DJ?
I mean, back in the day when I was young, it was like Grandmaster Flash, Jazzy Jeff, Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay for real is like basically like the blueprint of what I be trying to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not obviously to the same level, but and then after that, like those were kind of like the first dudes that I really, really liked. Obviously, Kid Capri, Funk Flex, those were like the pioneers of like what I was getting into.
Yeah.
And then like in high school, before I started DJing, I started getting into mixtapes. So really, what it was I think Flex came out with his album.
The volume 1, 2, 3 series on Loud?
Yeah, maybe not. Nah, I heard some Clue tapes in the hood before that. And Tony Touch tapes and things like that. And those were like the official soundtracks for like I was doing, PF Cuttin, SNS, Ron G, Juicy, DJ Juice, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Those guys that were putting out tapes back then, they were so creative that it got me into that mode, into wanting to DJ. And really, I got the turntables to make beats. And then what happened was my mans in school had the beat machine, but he wouldn't come over enough for us to like really build.
So he had the beat machine back in the day?
He had the beat machine.
What's that? Was it an SP or?
Nah, it was like an Alesis.
All right.
Something. Alesis, like something. I forget what it was exactly, but so he had that, and we were supposed to link, but we only linked a few times, and I ended up just getting into DJing, and just that big mixtape, explosion in the '90s was kind of like my soundtrack and what I wanted to do. But at first, what I ended up doing was learning how to DJ parties, and then I graduated to DJing clubs with a few of the dudes back in the day that was like the local guys doing the scene. You know what I mean? So like dudes like Urkel, dudes like Sun, dudes like Jera, even like back in the day, like dudes like DJ 40. Those are all dudes from Lawrence that were like doing their thing back in the day. While I was coming up, you know what I mean? And then after me and them, it was like Lus and a few other dudes around the way started really doing their thing. Yeah. That was like the generation after us. You know what I mean? We were like the late 90s, like mid to late 90s, early 2000s. It was like our run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's when I was able to go outside. So I was able to catch that era. Yeah. That's the era that we were from.
Yeah,
so
we were doing these 2-room jams. Really, I was the youngin', so it was headed by Urkel and Sun and Jera. They would throw in these 2-room jams in these function halls, and like one room would be like hip hop and R&B, and then the other room would be like reggae and house. And they would let me DJ, you know what I'm saying? Because my cousin was big in the scene. He was a big graffiti writer, and he was a big dancer in the house scene in Mass and in Lawrence. So they let me get on, and then I would DJ maybe like half hour, you know what I mean? Like early when I was first starting, and then, you know, then they let me get on a little bit more, you know? And then that's kind of like what got my skills good. And then I started DJing clubs like 2001 to like 2005. That was kind of like what I was doing, you know what I mean? Besides like working with Term and doing things like that.
No doubt, no doubt. So, with that being said, you know, usually when people get into that scene, it's usually nickel and dime and just horsing around, whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
so,
or they stuck there because they don't have no other. They see the money and they're like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
They don't see really like
the vision of the long run.
You got to use it as a like launching pad for other things. You know what I mean? Some stuff you can monetize that you don't have to deal with the club, whoever shows up, whoever you get, whatever you negotiate, like none of that. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
There's ways to monetize you as a brand, and you just got to use the social scene as like a launching pad for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's kind of like what I did.
So this was basically networking before social media.
Yeah, totally. That's what you had to do. You know, obviously you had to show and prove live, but you know, you see what it is if you're doing it for real. Like for me, like I was rarely doing the clubs, so like, and it was a few different spots in 2 different states. So I was like really seeing like what was going on, what the money was like, what was the issues with things, the, you know, the ups and downs, the, you know, pros and cons of this thing that I was doing.
Yeah.
So after like a couple years or like 3 years or 4 years, I was like, all right, cool. Well, this is cool, but like there's a ceiling here. I gotta like pivot, you know, and market myself in a different way where I'm not, you know, just
stuck a pigeonhole case.
Yeah, you're stuck, but you're stretching yourself thin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it felt like when you did this, like the equivalent, you graduated high school, so now you're ready to go to college for the next plateau that was gonna take you where you at.
I was like, all right, cool, man. I don't feel like fighting these dudes for like $200-$300.
Yeah,
like
there's something bigger than that.
Like beat it. You know what I mean?
No.
So then I was like, all right, cool. Well, I started doing mixtapes. So then, you know, I switched my name because my name was like kind of boring, so I switched it to Deadeye, and then I started putting out tapes. I was selling like 300 to 500 tapes out of the trunk of my car between like 03 and like 05.
Yeah.
So I did a bunch of tapes with a bunch of local dudes and like just mainstream stuff, just experimenting with blends and remixes and things like that. And just having fun with it, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I was like making money. I was like, all right, cool, we're good. But then even then, I was like, all right, there's a ceiling here. You know, I started being like, all right, let me try to get some big artists on the tapes, hosting, you know, or shouting me out or whatever. So I started going to shows, getting drops, and then, you know, getting them to actually host tapes like fully. You know what I mean? So. From there, that ended up doing great, and I ended up, you know, getting way more fans and selling more things like that. But even then, I was like, all right, cool, there's a ceiling here as well. So then, right around that time, I started working on music, producing music, starting to make beats, putting together songs, just kind of trying some things out in order to graduate from the hostings to like putting out music myself instead of just being stuck in the DJ world. You know what I mean? No doubt, no doubt. Well, you gave me some joints. Yes, sir. I want to play some of your joints. Can we go to home team for a second? Can we go to the outside? Let's go. We're going to play this joint, The Outside, featuring Easy Money, Rex, Superstar Snuck, and Arson. 102.9 tape deck. Let's rock it out. Bear with me, y'all. Bow.
Yeah. My definition is real and who beg to differ. I paint a picture that's vivid, pistols and aim and hit you. And my ghetto is the craziest place you would hate to enter. Cause when you leave, it'll be the last place you remember. Stay hooded up under the sheets, I was raised in the winter. Stay heated up with hot beats, I would blaze in December. Making crazy plays on these blocks like I'm playing the center. And always come out on top, I was raised as a winner. And as a kid growing up, I was labeled a sinner. And haters wanna get me laid and disabled to wither. Now I gotta keep the 40 close cause my neighbors are bitter. They quick to come and snatch your food while you pray for your dinner.
Get real on the outside, showing them the raw side. Be the star, homies, beat the odds on the outside. 9 to 5 grind, 24/7 bout my B.I. and a B.I. Focus side, get real on the outside, showing them the raw side. Be the star, homies, beat the odds on the outside. 9 to 5 grind, 24/7 bout my B.I. and a B.I. Focus side.
Outside looking in, mouth wide, look at him. A new chapter, I'm rewriting the book again. I was always the one to get out of line and be like, you and your motherfucker, here we might. Come to think of it, now I ain't really thinking shit. I be in the back with a pack of bitches and drinking shit. Face facts, I don't do no safe raps. Mixtapes, bodegas, every corner, A-raps. Nah, I ain't really into taking pictures front of them Maybachs. In front like it's mine, no, I ain't got time for your fake it. Hey, I'm a superstar without a deal. Pot a pill, inhalation of smoke, and I'm holding this bottle still. So check out my melody. I sell on the street, it's like 7L on the beat. And I'm living life on the edge while you ride with the feds. I'll probably die on the sidewalk supplying these heads. On the
Get real on the outside, showing them the raw side. Be the star, homies, beat the odds on the outside. 9 to 5 grind, 24/7 bout my B.I. and a B.I. Focus side, get real on the outside, showing them the raw side. Be the star, homies, beat the odds on the outside. 9 to 5 grind, 24/7 bout my B.I. and a B.I. Focus side.
Real on the out, move work, stale in a drought. Paper chase for real, I'm about mine, fail in the mouth. If it's on, put stale in his mouth. Ain't no stale, I'm stale in his mouth. Tryna breeze through this life is hard when cops cuff you, beat you before they read you your rights. Don't need no love, people with trife. I got me these guns, these will suffice. Get locked, your man won't see you alright. He on the out tryna sling D to your wife. Learn a thing or 2 or 3 when I write. These incredible bars I speak through the mic. Catch, rather shoot and leave you than fight. Gotta make sure your eagle is right by your side. Before I go, I leave you advice. Just do whatever the that please you, alright?
Get real on the outside, showing them the raw side. Be the star, homies, beat the odds on the outside. 9 to 5 grind, 24/7 bout my B.I. and a B.I. Focus side, get real on the outside, showing them the raw side. Be the star, homies, beat the odds on the outside. 9 to 5 grind, 24/7 bout my B.I. and a B.I. Focus side.
Chia.
Yo, we back.
We back. This your boy Cuban Mic. Listen to 102.9 tape deck. Got the brother DJ Deadeye in the building.
DJ Deadeye.
You know.
We out here, man.
ST the squad. I gotta know how the heck are you and Term got that with the get down? Besides being Puerto Rican.
Well, so he used to do these shows in like 2000 in this town called Tewksbury with a bunch of local rappers. There was a bunch of dudes doing their thing at the time.
They got hip hop in Tewksbury?
Well, it was Lawrence, Methuen, and Haverhill dudes renting a spot in Tewksbury.
Got it. All right. I'm about to say, I had some questions gotta ask real quick.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So then I had met him, and we had known of each other, but I ended up doing a freestyle. I ended up doing a mixtape before I changed my name to Deadeye. Where I had Easy Money come through when he was Ed Rock. And he did a freestyle for me on this tape, right? And, it was dope, super fire. And he came to the crib to do it, you know what I mean? So then, this is like, and then he told Term, obviously they had known each other, they had worked together, they were friends, you know what I mean? So he went back to Haverhill and told Term about me, and then Term had like another DJ, and he came through to do a freestyle for me as well. And afterwards, like the next year, like in 2003, and he ended up doing 2 freestyles, and he ended up using both of them on his Hood Politics 1.
Okay, all right, got it.
So we did 2 in my crib, and then I ended up using one for a mixtape, but then he did another one, and we ended up using both of those for Hood Politics 1.
And it's been all to the races ever since then.
And then by the second Hood Politics, we was kicking it all the time. You know what I mean?
And that was it. You guys were out of here.
Yeah, and then by the second Hood Politics, that was 2004. We had already been doing shows and touring. So the first tour we ever did was with Sean P, rest in peace, and Rock from Helter Skelter.
You went with Boot Camp Click all day?
Yeah, that was the first tour. It was me, Term, it was Helter Skelter, and Rusty Jux.
All right, so
shout out my man Petro was in the bus with us.
So how was that experience like?
Because I know that was wild. That was my first tour.
Because I know. Look, listen, having Term and Sean Price in the same building or in the same car, it must be some wild energy coming on those two.
Yeah, facts. Nah,
and if it's early, only imagine that kind of energy with those two in the building.
Facts, man. Nah, that was a good time, man. It was a few shows. It was like 3 or 4 shows in the DMV area. But yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, I was back in the day. 15-passenger van kind of thing, you know.
Oh, yeah, we're grinding.
Yeah, it was super grind. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah, man.
So
that was like right before he did Monkey Bars.
Oh, so that was before that he was almost out of here, because that was when he had like his second comeback pretty much per se, because he like kind of disappeared.
Yep.
And then he just surprised everybody with Monkey Bars.
Yep. Right before Monkey Bars, we did that tour.
It is crazy because people didn't know that Ruck and Sean Price was the same person. That was the part that was real crazy.
Facts. Yeah, nah, that was crazy. That was dope, man. He totally reinvented
that
everything.
That was one hell of a marketing plan he did for himself.
That was amazing, man. Rest in peace to the fam.
Rest in peace. So, with that being said, I've seen you. You know, you've been traveling all over the world.
Yes.
Can you give me like I want you to flex for a second. Can you give us like an impressive resume of the people you've done DJ for?
People I've done DJ'd for. Capadonna from Wu-Tang.
Talk about
Obviously, Terminology.
Let's go.
Edo G, Slain.
Yes.
Rex.
Let's go.
Trying to think. La Coca Nostra, Redman and Method Man. Camp Low. Who else? Nori. The list is endless. ST Nack.
Yeah.
Reef the Lost Cause. MOP.
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
It's just endless.
Pretty dope.
Man.
Pretty dope.
It's just endless.
And I've watched you on social media, and I've seen the type of energy you get from a hip hop audience when you're overseas. I've been told plenty of times. I mean, the conversation actually like with Term, you know, when I talked about, you know, him going overseas and touring, he tells me like, you know, the energy there is like completely like dope. It's different, and it's doper because
completely different. Yeah.
They really appreciate. Yeah, they really appreciate because we're spoiled here.
Yeah, we're spoiled,
they don't act too cool.
You know, we make it, so we take it for granted. You know what I mean? It's like anything. You know what I mean? Like even movies. Like we make the movies, but they'll wait 3 months before they should see it. You know what I mean? So,
what's your favorite place to go to?
I mean, there's a few. I just went to South America like earlier this year with Cap, and that was amazing, man. I had never been down there. That was
what country?
Great. We was in Brazil, we was in Chile, and we was in Colombia.
Dope.
That was next level. So that was that, and then you know we're there with Wu-Tang, so it's another level of energy. You know what I mean?
Forget about it.
Yeah, so it was a good time. In Europe, I like Switzerland. I like Paris is cool. I like what else? I like Brussels. I like Germany's okay. I like Barcelona. Italy's dope. You know, a bunch of spots, man. Norway, Sweden, Stockholm's dope. So yeah, man. You know, all over. UK, obviously. You know.
So that passport's almost damn near stamped out.
Well, I'm on my second, so this one isn't, and I got the one with the extra pages.
Oh,
so.
nice. Nice.
I'm not gonna run out in this one anytime soon.
No doubt. That's what's up.
You know what I mean?
Well, I want to get to this other joint you have right now. Drug Plots.
Yes.
Can we get to that one?
Yes. So this is the first single off my new album, entitled. The song's called Drug Plots, featuring Method Man, Terminology, and Inspector Deck, produced by Frank Dukes, myself, and The Archetype.
Before we get to this track, I heard on the podcast I just listened to, this verse from Meth, it was what, almost a decade older you had it? You had a stash on the...
Yeah, I had it. I had the verse. I just didn't have the song finished, and I had other things to finish first.
Yeah.
Like I was working on my last album when I got the verse, so I wasn't ready to work on it. You know what I mean? Because I was working on something else. But yeah, it was like 2013, 14, something like that.
And now you're letting out the bag.
Yeah. There's another one that I'm dropping soon. That's from that era. You know what I mean? Like 2014 or something, like the verse.
I think the dope thing about it sounds so like so current.
Yeah.
That's
I work like
so,
that.
Yeah, so current.
I'm not in a rush to make music because it's forever. Once you put it out, it's forever. And like I'm meticulous with it. You know, I don't want to put anything out that's not to the T of how I want it because it's forever. You know what I mean?
Bad. No doubt. Let's get to it, man. Drug Plot. Cuban Mic.
Plots.
Deadeye. 102.9 Tape Deck. Let's rock it out. Wu-Tang. ST. Let's rock it out.
Bow.
Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. This is what it's come to, I ain't scared to die. You get ones, I get ones too. Call it how you want to, just know that when I come through, all I want is mine. On this track, all I want is rhymes. Air it out, Air Jordan in his prime. Or should I keep it humble? Silverback gorilla in the jungle, or do it like the sun do. All I do is shine, like a clock or a convict. All I know is time, drop some coke in my notebook, like all I know is lines. 16s with no hook, every pass is no look. Real talk, I'm no crook, but all I know is crime. Meth man, I still got it, and I don't care how many times you recycle a rhyme, it's still garbage. Trash, this ain't a threat, it's a real promise. And I ain't father them twins, I keep it real modest.
Hey yo, live from the drug spot. Middle finger to your face if you love cops. We making these drug plots. Go ahead, to go and say my name. 2 M's over your head like a Maybach chain.
Maybach music.
And the M is for millimeter rap. G to pack, key to chop a key up with your board. Kick game serious, whip game serious. You serious as Iggy Azalea as a lyricist. I'm just here saving this rap shit. I'm about to dig Pac back up out of the casket. Thug life, bandana wiping the fingerprints. Gun so big, I gotta hide it in the pyramids.
It's gonna be murder.
Tellin' Pac my vanilla drive filled with hella hot ladies taking jello shots till they drop. Driving round, bumping that new shit. Turn Meth, Deadeye, ST.
The love gone, cause the hate strong. Welcome to hell. You can wild for the night, just don't step on my 12s. Test deck, best request help. You know that whooping coming like mama said to fetch the belt. I'm Ghost Pepper, that spicy hot. I do it for life, you do it for the likes from my IG thought. Like it or not, my price not likely to drop. Talk cash, I'm at the buzzer like a Kyrie shot. You know the name, my dope tracks give them swollen veins. Super Bowl in Green Bay, this is cold game. The code is the same, the bullets got no name. Drug plots, slow down and dirty, but there's no shame. We gon' make it or take it, you just face it, embrace it. I'm the favorite, it's basic. Cradle to the grave with it, lay with it like it's my main. Every day claiming the same.
What did you know about Lawtown putting it down when it comes to this hip hop thing out here, baby?
Yes,
what you want?
sir.
You want MC? You got some DJ? We got it all out here in the 978. You know what I'm saying? Cuban Mic, DJ Deadeye. What's going on, partner?
We out here, man.
So we was talking behind the scenes. First album came out 15 years ago.
Yeah, man. In March, I actually slept on posting something, you know, for the day of, but I'm actually about to put out the instrumental version of the album in the next month or so, and then, you know, obviously the cat will be out the bag. But yeah, 15 years, man. Substance abuse.
So how do you feel about that baby? Because that's your first baby.
Yeah, no, I'm super proud of that record.
Yeah.
You know, I got a lot of props and, you know, critical acclaim, you know, with the press and with in reviews, and the fans loved it. You know, I still get hit up about that album. People always see me, you know, local people tell me like it's a classic. You know, I get mad love overseas for it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that it took me a long time to do, but the way I did it came out like the best for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My 2 favorite joints on that album, Get Out the Way, of course, because I'm biased.
Yes,
so
sir.
it's Home Team.
Home Team.
And actually, one of my other favorite joints is My Favorite Town, with the whole New York Cats out there.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
that was a fire one for me out there.
Word. Thanks,
So,
brother.
Appreciate those 2 tracks out
Shout
there.
out MGI, man. That's the homie, brother.
Fan favorite.
Yes, sir.
So we was talking behind the scenes, and I actually had a couple of DJ questions to ask you because I finished watching this documentary called The Mixtape, produced by Tony Touch, hosted by Tony Touch.
Word.
And it broke down like the history of mixtape, like how it started, how they used to go to how they pretty much they were basically like mixtapes. I don't know how it is right now, but mixtapes during those times, they were the unofficial A&R. They dictate what was hot in the streets.
Facts.
They dictate what was hot in the streets to the point that, you know, it became like a treasure hunt. And I know that for a fact because, I mean, I'm from Jersey, but when I moved out here to Lawrence, I had to drive to New York to get those mixtapes.
Yeah. We had a spot in the hood in the mid-90s that was bringing tapes.
It was but it didn't last long. That was the thing. It was like...
It lasted probably a long time, maybe like 6 to 8 year run. Yeah. But I was only hip for like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I was late to the party.
I wasn't late, but I wasn't, early. You know what I'm saying?
So I was struggling. And because I couldn't go outside like that, I had to like literally go to New York or find one of my friends to like mail that to me.
Yeah.
It was a hassle.
Yeah, shout out Playground, man. They used to hold it down.
Shout out to Playground. And not only that too, because we're from Lawrence and we couldn't even get BET during that time.
Yeah, because we had Yo MTV Rap.
We had Yo MTV Rap.
That was it.
Yeah. And I lived in Lynn before I moved to Lawrence, so I was able to get BET. So when I moved to Lynn, I'm like, I guess I don't have the channel anymore. Until I had to go to Boston and Lynn, I found out they had it. Haverhill had it for crying out loud.
Had it for
and I was like, yo,
I don't know why Lawrence never had BET. It was weird.
I always asked that question. It was just like,
it was definitely some like, some type of satellite restrictions.
Probably some racist stuff behind the scenes.
Probably, most likely.
Another conversation. They didn't want Blanche to be too black, but they got too Hispanic for them. So that's for another conversation.
Yes, indeed.
But the mixtape, one of the things that you probably could be a person because I'm gonna ask a bunch of DJs this question because I'm gonna have more DJs on the show.
No doubt.
There was an era where rappers used to go to y'all to like be the tastemakers to dictate what's hot.
Yep.
I could say probably, I could be wrong, but it probably changed once 50 came along and he became like the A&R and he kind of like cut the middleman.
Well, I wouldn't say it was necessarily 50, but that era of music because it went from the DJ being the curator to the strip club being the curator.
Yeah.
And places like that. So it kind of like gave the power to those people and lessened the power of the DJ. And, not like in the grand scheme of things, but, in the eyes of the regular people, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously in hip hop, the DJ and the producer or, and the fan obviously are the ones that are dictating the situation. But, at that point, it was like 50 and them was popping, but before then and after him was like the strip club culture was now the curator.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
and the club culture.
Yeah, that played a part, but I think also after 50, like a lot of artists like took destiny to their own hands, so they'd be like, all right, I don't have to go to the DJ to play my stuff. I could be my own DJ.
Yeah, you can make your own tape.
And make your own
tape.
tape. Where back in the day, you used to have rappers be like, yo, I'm going to Tony Touch house to do this freestyle. I'm going to Clue's house. Like Clue's has a whole bunch of infamous stories about.
50 was doing that too in the first era.
Yeah, he was going to other DJs, but then he just said...
And then when he got Who Kid and had all the juice, he was like, nah, I'm going to just
do it on my own.
Do it myself. You know what I mean? He wasn't the first one to do them, but he was the first like commercially successful mixtape rapper for a little while.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The first rapper to do a mixtape, and I will, if I'm wrong, say it, but this is the guy to me, because I don't remember a rapper tape before this, is... Core Mega Hustler Rapper.
Okay, I'll probably give you that.
Core Mega Hustler Rapper is the first rapper mixtape.
Okay, I won't dispute that. I gotta remember that mixtape too.
Because that's like 99,
98, 99 out there. Because
like,
he was still promoting the Survival of the Illest thing back in the day.
Yeah,
and that was before the Testament.
Exactly.
Yeah, because that came out, I think that was the time of the Testament.
That was on Land Speed.
Yes.
Hustler Rapper. That was the first rap mixtape commercially packaged. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then after that was like 50 and them, but there was other dudes after that. But it was, again, like you're saying, they were on the DJ tapes.
Yeah.
So like dudes like Joe Budden, Ransom, Fabulous,
Dipset and
Dipset and
even
them, yeah,
Yeezy and the Wayne with the
Dipset. Even Dipset was out right around the time as those 50 mixtapes at the same time.
Yeah.
But they were hosted by K Slay.
Yes.
So they still kept the DJ, even though 50 had Who Kid. But Who Kid wasn't doing his thing like how K Slay was.
Mm-hmm.
Who Kid was kind of new.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he was kind of like 50's artist too. You feel me?
Yeah. I guess I asked her to say this. Is there any way, because you watched the documentary, and then you probably get the gist of it, because, I mean, DJ, they were running things, but y'all got greedy at the same time, because they went from like, all right, we're going to be the tastemaker, then y'all was just robbing rappers' albums and just put them on your mixtape, but y'all went too far with it.
Well, that was chasing the exclusive.
Yeah.
No, you know, because back then you could still do it. You could still, now you can't. Like, unless you're directly tied to the artist, there's no exclusive, because all the music drops for everyone at the same time.
Yeah, so I guess you have to answer my next question. Is there any way you could like have that era back where you could
could, but you have to have a direct relationship with the artist. And then now what those dudes are doing are making albums. Mm-hmm. Like Khaled, all these dudes. You know, now they're producing instead of having dudes on the tape.
On the tape.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now they're making songs. So
it's not one of those things that you can like restore the feel. Like, hey, I'll give you an example. If you have like a relationship with Cormega, be like, yo, can you like do a quick freestyle for me for this playlist and put it on your website or whatever?
And even then, now rappers are a little bit more stingy with that, because they're like, they don't want to waste the rhyme, or they don't want to do the freestyle only for you. They want to use it to put out for their notoriety as well. Yeah. And that's cool. That's fine. Yeah. What I would say would be like, say, off of so-and-so's mixtape out now. You know what I'm saying? When you're promoting it.
Yeah.
You know, that's my 2 cents. You know what I mean? But yeah, mostly those situations are, you know, they're not abundant anymore, because again, people want to use it for their own thing or whatever, you know what I mean? But shout out to Green Lantern, who just did a tape right when Nas and Premier did their album. He did a mixtape called
Half Man,
Half Amazing.
Yeah, that was fire.
That's like restoring the feeling type situations, you know what I'm saying?
See, I was hoping that's the closest thing I got left, because I think Fabulous probably the closest thing I had heard last time when he did the Friday night mixtape, when he tried to bring something back with Clue.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
That was super dope. That was like restoring the feeling too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still dudes that do that type of stuff but they're on the radio. You know what I mean? It's on Shade 45. You know what I mean? Or whatever they have out west. You know what I'm saying?
When Flex does his freestyle series, something like that.
Yeah, there's still, you know, little things like that. But even then, now you have platforms like LA Leakers and On the Radar, where these dudes are able to do what they would normally do on a tape, to get video, to get another drop, to get another post. You know what I mean? So it just kind of switched to some of the situations once the internet came to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we had a moment. Those were good old days.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got a single coming up.
So I'm finishing it up right now. I actually got to listen to one of the final mixes of it in the next day or two. The artwork's done. The single will be out hopefully in a month. It'll be the second single following the Method Man Term and Inspector Deck song Drug Plots. The song's gonna be called Bustelo.
Oh no, you didn't.
Yeah. So
who we got on that track?
So it's most likely the last, if not one of the last, Sean Price verses. Smith & Wesson and Term is on it.
Okay.
Produced by Fizzy Womack. AKA Little Fame.
Little Fame. Dope. Can I get a clean version of that so I can play it sometime when you get that done?
Yeah, once it's ready to go, I'll definitely send you the clean.
Dope.
I already got it kind of sort of ready. I just got to get the record mixed exactly how I want it, and then from there, I'll definitely launch it.
No doubt.
You'll be definitely one of the first ones to get it, brother.
Good looking out, man.
No doubt.
Well, I want to get to one of your joints right now. Can we get to Gangster?
Yeah, let's do it. Shout out to my boy Jason on this, Boston Zone. You know, shout out my man Tommy Whispers on this, TMF, Staten Island, Wu-Tang. And shout out my brother Rim, a.k.a. Rim P. He was Sean Price's artist. He's from Brownsville.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And shout out Moss on the beat.
No doubt.
And this joint's about different eras of gangsters in history.
I bet. Let's rock it out, y'all. 102.9 Tape Deck, DJ Deadeye, Cuban Mic. Let's go.
Gangsta. Off that Intervention album.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
J-Saw, no negotiations needed, ain't no reason to argue. Half lucky Luciano, half coolness, a hard Jew. Before the Germans treated us like vermin in the Holocaust, come across with any disrespect, toss a Molotov. This is prohibition, we bootlegging 100 proof fire. Nucky Thompson, AC, Boardwalk Empire. When you really saw a phone in a home, Bugsy Siegel wasn't known, and Capone was a clone. Negotiated with the Ku Klux Klan and talked to the Grand Wizard, eating every part of the chicken, even the damn gizzard. Gotta keep them happy at all costs, even when the governor calling the armed force. Meyer Lansky say so, you lay low, cause he control a brothel and the that the governor pays for. District attorney got insomniac nights, thinking should he risk his life and indict? Probably not, but
this country, you gotta make the money first. Then when you get the money, you get the power. Then when you get the power, then you get the woman. That's why you gotta make your own moves.
Scarface fantasies, Nino Brown towels. Frank White embassy, follow the paper trail. No sunny days in my Bronx town. You know gangsters get larger, eat oxtails. Stay on the low and out of jail. Ducking like Nicky Barn, too like the tail. Making AZ cells in the cleaners, cleaning the beamer. I tore Queens up like Pappy Mason at the fever. Call me Boston George, how I started with the reefer. Took it to the freeway like Ricky and got my keys up. Harry O, Kingpin, drunk flow. Believers, you need work 9 times out of 10. You gotta see us. Richard and Rich Porter, half bricks and quarters. Economic supporters try to take outs and short us. Frank Lucas ambition crossing Escobar borders. You only get death for jail, that's what they taught us. Gangsta, gangsta.
Carry that stink in the streets with you the rest of your life. I like the stink of the streets. It makes me feel good. I like the smell of it. It opens up my lungs. Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
I'm out to make my own Brad Gaddafi. The Gat Christopher Coke, shower your posse. A Garveyite conflicted with hard white. You a Lahu, Trigger Khan, no Sean Price. Homie, I never fold. You a rat on the low. When my young boys is on like Macazo, I take the risk. Never been like El Gato. Not about the dough, I'm pulling the El Chapo and break out. If it's there, set up the house. But when it get hot, I take the Frank Matthews route. Your body gets silked up from a face shot with filter. Try and connect with the Blanco with Brasilta. Different kind of fatty when everything going heavy and the work moves smooth as silk like Wayne Perry. I turn styles cause what I learned was token. What's understood, not spoken.
You don't make up for your sins in church. You do it in the streets. You do it at home. The rest is both, you know it. Yeah, I ain't no Superman businessman like you. You know, I'm just a gangster, I suppose.
Chill.
Yes, indeed. Gangsta, Jason, Tommy Whispers, Rem P. Off that Intervention album produced by Moss.
And that is what it is, y'all. Cuban Mic, DJ Deadeye, 978 Lawtown, 102.9 Tape Deck. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
We're on the tape deck.
Yeah. So, Deadeye, tell me what's up next, man. What we got up next in the future, man?
Well, like I said, I got the single dropping in about a month, Bustelo. And then I have to celebrate the 15-year anniversary of substance abuse. I am dropping a instrumentals version for that album in about a month as well. And then the album will be out sometime in the summer, probably late summer, like August-ish, September-ish, you know?
No doubt, man. Yo, listen, man, you got an open door to Tape Deck, so anytime you want to pull up here, have more dope conversations.
Of course.
Before we get out of here, I know there's something funny I want to tell you before, because you talked about it on the podcast. You know, because the issue we had, well, not the issue, but when we talked about the mixtape documentary, we talked about, you know, they loved the DJs, but it got to a point y'all got greedy with the music. To a point y'all would take a lot of rappers' money.
And we were making too much money. And,
yeah,
and
that too.
The feds were like, nah.
Yeah, so unfortunately they made an example of DJ Drama and them.
Yeah,
but there was
John
a funny
Cannon.
but there was a funny story you told. I want you to tell my audience what happened with the Wu Block mixtape.
Oh yeah. So around the time the Wu Block album, their first album was coming out. I mean, they only have one album. I guess they're working on the second one, but
still, jeez, I thought that.
Well, nah, it was that they had finished it. It was ready to go. They literally have the vinyl. It's been sitting in their warehouse since the first one came out.
Damn.
That was ready to go, but something happened with the business where they couldn't go forward with dropping the album.
Yeah.
And so they just got them in like a storage or something somewhere. It's crazy.
Wow.
But anyway, when the first Wu Block album was coming out, I had an insight to the label that was putting out the album. I had a A&R that worked there that was a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So he was telling me when it was coming out, and I started like gathering records online and through the different avenues and freestyles and stuff like that. And I put together this Wu Block mixtape of like 36 joints of like stuff that wasn't gonna be on the Wu Block album. So I put it all together, and their album was called Wu Block the album, and my joint was called Wu Block the mixtape, and I ended up dropping it the day they put out the album. So they were selling a lot of music, but I was selling a lot of mixtapes and getting mad spins because people thought my mixtape was their album. And I was selling it for cheaper because it was just a mixtape. So I was getting stupid spins on that to the point where I ended up getting a cease and desist from the label because they was making too much noise. Like, they were like, yo, what the hell is this? Like, we didn't authorize this. We didn't put this together. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the first day I ended up getting like something like 5,000 to 10,000 impressions.
Yeah.
And clicks, which is crazy for a mixtape on the first day. You know what I'm saying?
So those unreleased joints, it was something that you had like a plug in there and they threw them at you, or you
Nah, they had leaked a bunch of joints around the time and a bunch of freestyles.
Okay.
Just online. It was just online. And then, I just start digging and I start finding older records that weren't really super big that I could put on this tape. Now it looks like next to something new, it looks like something else now. You know what I'm saying? So, there was some of that going on. And then I think I did have maybe like 1 or 2 songs off of the album, but it was stuff that had already leaked. Yeah. So it was stuff people already knew or heard. But most of it, probably like 85% of it was all stuff that was all leaked that didn't have a home. Like it wasn't on anything. It was just stuff on YouTube.
It was YouTube, and you just grabbed them and put them on.
Yeah, I just curated it and made an actual like flowing mixtape to it, and then dropped it the day of, and yeah, I made a lot of noise, bro. They definitely were mad.
Good job.
Yeah,
good job.
For sure. Made an imprint, you know what I'm saying? Salute.
So, with that being said, I see you got a couple of CDs out there you got on spot. Can you talk about those? I know you did something with Redman.
Yeah, so I have a mixtape series I dropped with Redman entitled Sour Power.
Show the CD. Let me see the CD. Show it.
So this is the second one, and this is the third one. But we're up to Volume 4. Volume 4 came out last year. I'm working on Volume 5 now.
All right.
And then I have a mixtape I did with him in 2010, which was the beginning of me kind of starting to do these Sour Powers with him. And they're all officially hosted by him. It's all, again, kind of like the Wu Block situation. It's stuff that I'm grabbing and exclusives that I'm getting from some of the artists involved and Red himself, you know what I mean?
Dope.
The last 2 tapes, 3 and 4, were hosted by other people as well as him. You know what I mean? Like I had Nems on the last one. I had Petey Crack on the last one. I had Master Killer on the one before that. Ghostface was on the one before that.
Woo!
You know what I mean? So just kind of like keeping it in that realm.
Yeah.
And I kind of just started doing them because around 2010, he was off of Def Jam and like hadn't put out anything. And he was just kind of doing like just leaking records online.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like these joints are all fire. Like they don't have a home. They don't have one place where somebody could just check it out if they're a Redman fan.
Yeah.
So I kind of curated them all. But I had met him in 2008. Like we got real close, and he gave me his number. But by 2010, I had lost contact with him, and I just put this tape together. And because I couldn't get the drops, because I had lost contact with him, I made the tape flow like New Jersey Drive.
Okay.
Like the movie.
Yeah.
So the tape flows like that, and it's called New Jersey Reggie. And then in 2013 we started doing the Sour Power tapes.
Okay.
So we're up to 4 now. They're all on my Bandcamp, djdeadeye.bandcamp.com.
Nice.
You know.
And what the other ones you got out there? The ST series, the ST.
Yeah. So I got also obviously I got my album Intervention.
Yeah.
On all platforms. And then I got the ST album. I did that in 2017. It's coming up on 10 years, which means I'm probably going to have to be harassing these guys to do another project coming up soon. But yeah, the ST album, I curated it all myself, executive produced myself, obviously has everyone from the team, Terminology, Rex, Easy Money, Artisan, Superstar Snuck, Machete, Clip, myself. And then... you know, it's got Static Select all over it. I got production from my boy Deli from Seattle. You know, who else? We got Baby Paul on there from Beat Miners back in the day.
Woo!
Also, my man Loman from the local hero, you know what I'm saying, from Boston.
All right.
So, and also Vinny Idol from D Block is on there. So, the album's called Self-Titled. It's out everywhere. You know,
No doubt.
I also got a few other albums that I've curated. I got an album called Silence Punk by an artist named Runt Dog, who's Redman's artist. It's just like punchlines and hard beats. Anyone that's like a hip hop fan is gonna definitely dig it.
So he's on that lyrical miracle spiritual tip.
Nah, it's like ODB with punchlines.
Dope. I'll take it.
You feel me? So it's like funny. You know, crazy, you know, just like an ODB album would be, but like, you know, crazy rhymes and crazy funny punchlines. So yeah, and he's Redman's artist. He's on a bunch of Redman albums. He's on Redman's last album. I'm also on Redman's last album, Muddy Waters 2.
Yes, yeah.
I did the skit, The Trunk.
Yes.
And then Runt's on the song Why You Mad?
Yeah. No doubt.
Which they're doing a video for soon.
Dope.
So, you know, I got a bunch of stuff I've done where I've produced stuff and then stuff I've executive produced or just curated and put together, you know, out on the Bandcamp.
No doubt. Well, yeah, man. I wish we could talk more, man, but you know my time's ticking for this joint. You know how it is.
Yeah, I already know.
They have me held. I only could hold you hostage for so long, man.
It's all good, my brother.
But yeah,
we
man,
got a lot out there, so
yes,
that's
man,
all
but
that matters.
Don't be a stranger. Please come again. Come again for the next go around.
Yeah, I got the album in the summer, and I got the singles and the instrumental coming soon. I also started re-releasing a bunch of old remixes of mine, like stuff I did on these old mixtapes.
Yeah.
As new remixes on YouTube. So my YouTube page, I'm trying to get it a little bit more popping. So I'm dropping like every few days, I'm dropping an old remix on my YouTube page at War Games Official.
No doubt. Well, I say that to say this, man. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for pulling through, man. And thank you for the hip hop service that you do for the culture, for the game, man. Look, I always say, if you need to look for any motivational inspiration, just check back home, man.
All day.
I'm able to say I know a brother like Deadeye, even people like Terminology. Hell, even my brother who's been on MTV. You know, anytime I look for inspiration, man, just check home, man.
Yeah.
Always checking home, man.
That's the move. Like that's why we be home, is to show people like it's attainable. Like, yo, yeah, I was just in Switzerland yesterday, but now I'm on Broadway getting a haircut.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
reaching the people.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So yeah, you know what it is, man.
Salute, brother. Appreciate you.
No, thank you. Thank you for everything, man. This your boy Cuban Mic. You've been listening to 102.9 Tape Deck. You can catch me here every Friday from 6 to 7. You know what it is. I'll catch you here, same Tape Deck time, same Tape Deck channel. Peace, ST fam. Peace to Deadeye. Peace to everybody up in Lawtown, 978. See you next time. Peace.
Salute. Peace.